Hi everyone, this is Sarah May, and then I haven't posted videos for ages. So I decided to do something today. I don't know, because these days I've been getting feedback from a lot of people about my YouTube videos that I've posted like years ago. And then they said like, oh, why don't you post anymore? And I'm like, well, I'm just like super surprised that anyone have watched my video. So it's kind of funny. Then and I sort of like to play the old videos that I recorded, and it's kind of fun to just track back and then listen to it and look at myself young. Well, today, and so I was thinking about like what am I gonna record a video about, and then like what am I passionate about. Of course, those of anybody who knows me, then they would know that I'm a huge fan of culinaries, and my Instagram is like full of like me cooking my food and like the places like the restaurants, and they would know that I'm a bookworm. I know I love to read books, and then the fun books, and I have a lot of favorite books too. I have a lot of books, and like I just wanted to introduce like the one book today, and this is sort of like the packet that I read. I just like to put it in the packet like this so that I can read like whatever feels like it too. So I'm not really grasp myself into one book, but then I have a lot of books here in this little. I got it from I don't know, just like cheap place, I don't know. And then I just put it in here, so whenever I feel like it, I just like pull out, stuff like this. So what is this? Another Day in the Death of America. Well, it's kind of depressing. And this is the Charles Dickens' Great Expectation classic, always fantastic to read. And this is George Orwell, of course, 1984. And The Tipping Point. And I have some like teenage books too, because I teach kids, and then piercing me together. Oh, this is I love this book, fantastic. And I have some like the current events. Well, that's not really current events, but then like dilemma. What is it? The Carnival's dilemma. And today I have a blank, of course. As you can see, I have like 3 Malcolm Gladwell book, and today I want to talk about Outliers. Not because it's my favorite Gladwell book, but then I really agreed to a lot of the stuff that he was saying in this book. Outliers is really about, I don't want to spoil any stories, but Outliers are about geniuses, like a Bill Gates, the billionaires and like geniuses, how just like investing on the characters, or not characters, like the real people. And then it was so interesting how geniuses are made through society, like how they consist so much of luck into it. And it was very interesting, but at the same time, I kind of felt that maybe this book became a bestseller because it gave a lot of people a sense of comfort. Like I was, everybody has this feeling, oh, wow, I should have lived a better life. I should have lived a bigger life. But in fact, you just simply didn't have luck to do so. I mean, not because you are not capable, but you just, it's just not lucky enough to be so. So it's just, I mean, for me too, I have a fantastic life, of course. I have a great husband, 2 wonderful kids, and then those people, and then all the students that are associated with are wonderful. I mean, more than wonderful. I mean, these kids and their families, I am inspired by their families so much. But I just, sometimes you become resentful about your own life and your own self, I mean, I believe that you can relate, many people can relate to that idea. I mean, I sometimes feel like I should live a bigger life than that I'm living right now, but not in like such a depressing way, like of course not. So, but reading this kind of gives me, well, I didn't have luck enough, so it's okay, my life is good enough. So Outlier is something that I want to recommend for everybody to read, especially when you are in the position like my age, 30s, and I know I turned 30, can you believe it? Last video I was like, what, 24, 26, and those people who are in like after graduating college and you're kind of struggling to make life, and then you feel like your life is kind of repeating company at home, and not really much going on. I want you to read this Outlier, but inspired by the inspired by the not only the like particular people that are successful in our society, but that this book is really about you need to read what this generation is demanding. It's really that our generation, like this generation, is about. I mean, let's say last generation. So my parents' generation, it was about education. You have to earn a lot of money, and you have to get into the best schools so you can get into like the best companies, and then you work there for, I don't know, 40, 50 years, and then you have a great life. But right now, in our generation, it's not. I mean, if you're going to a company, if you're working at the company, then make sure that you prepare to move to a bigger or better company. And if you are in college student, you're a college student or high school students or middle school students, then make sure that you find your goal in your life. Not necessarily like, okay, you want to go to Ivy League? Like, why? Why the hell you want to go to Ivy League? I mean, you need to really find a purpose of a purpose of your life. And I think this book is a great way to for you to be like awakening that what is the societies look like right now. I mean, I see a lot of stuff going on. Since I'm in Korea, I see a lot of like the struggle, like political struggles, like kind of leading to the economic struggles between Korea, Japan, Korea, China, Korea, and America, whatever. Right? And then I just see it moving to Korea really like widened my perspective on a lot of things. So Outlier is something an inspired Outlier. I read it when I was in high school, and then I reread it, and then it was really kind of like eye-opening. When I was in high school, I just read it for school, and I read it for like my grade and stuff. So I didn't really grasp the idea, but reading right now, Outlier kind of gave me a sense of to look at the society, to evaluate our generation. So and then. It was really interesting to redefine Bill Gates. I mean, for me personally. So I looked at the Bill Gates documentary, and then that was really fun, fantastic person. But nothing so different from me. Like he was just ordinary man. Really, like when you look at it's on Netflix, and then when you look at him, it's really like he was so normal, and it was down to earth, and then. Maybe that was the one thing that's fantastic about him. And what Outliers really talking about, they might be really smart. But that they had like the other stuff that kind of helped them to become who they are right now. So and then it gave me opportunity for me to look back and. The sources that made me who I am today, and my parents, I never really like. I'm not a typical Asian daughter who appreciates my parents. Like I have to be like respect them. Like 효도해야 돼. Like I never had that I never really had that feeling towards my parents. But then not because I don't appreciate them, but then because they just raised me such an independent person. I respect that. I love them so much, but then I'm not in the fact that like, oh, I have to give them all my earnings because they supported me, they invested on me. Okay, but it was a great opportunity for me to sort of like look around and be gratitude about the love that I received and the support that I received throughout my life. And I think it's going to be a great reading for everyone. So I'll come back with another book. I promise.